What's up, y'all? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Peace, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Time. All right. Oh, it's already going. Okay, is it connected? Hopefully it's connected. What's up, y'all? It's me, Erica. And I don't have anything to talk about. This is our first of the year. Happy New Year to all of those who celebrate the Gregorian New Year, or the solar New Year, I guess you can call it. Over the weekend, I've been off for the past couple weeks. I've been doing a lot of decluttering. And, at the end of the year, I was just like, okay, it's a new year. What are a couple things that I want to get accomplished for next year? So I thought of some things that I wanted to do and what I plan on doing. And then I started feeling ungrateful. I started feeling like I need to be further than I am. I have these conversations every now and again with myself, right? And it's funny because I think about my chronological age, and I think about my emotional age, and of course my physical age. I think about all of those things, and one of the things that I thought about was just getting or being more mindful and intuitive when it comes to what I consume. I'm a pretty good eater, like everything is pretty much healthy, but there are some things that need to be eliminated from the Divas diet. So that's something that I was thinking about. But then I was like watching these decluttering YouTube channels, which relaxes me. Decluttering, organizing, cleaning, especially the Korean housewives. Their aesthetics and their editing is just top tier. So all of the girls, Korean housewives, all the girls in Korea living alone and on a farm somewhere. I just love how they edit their videos. I just love their cooking, the foods that they're cooking, the meals that they're cooking. I'm here for all of it. So I watch those to kind of relax. And I was watching house tours, right? And so I was like thinking about that, right? And so I go back and forth with that as a single mother, right? I've owned a home before, purchased a house before, and sold it. And this past year, 2020, I wanted to buy another house. And so it didn't happen, of course, because y'all would have known if I did. But that was one of the plans, right? But the housing market, because of COVID, a lot of people were selling. So it was a seller's market. It really wasn't a buyer's market. So I even had a coworker tell me that she sold her home last year and she got $60,000 over the asking price. And she was like, I would have never paid $60,000 more for my house. I would have never done that. She says, but these people are acting like they're desperate. A lot of people are moving from San Francisco because it's becoming increasingly expensive, more expensive than it already is. I believe that San Francisco is the most expensive city to live in the country. We can ask Siri. Hey, Siri. Hey, Siri. What's the most expensive city to live in the United States?
Here's what I found from citymaze.com. New York, the base city for Mercer's cost of living rankings. is the most expensive city in the United States?
Okay, so it says New York is the most expensive city in the United States. San Francisco has to be next. It is San Francisco, Honolulu, Hawaii, Boston, Massachusetts, Washington, D.C., Oakland, California, San Jose, California, San Diego, California. Baby, California is very expensive. But so, yeah, San Jose, San Diego, Los Angeles, Miami. Yeah. So those are the top 10. Miami. Yeah. Number 3 is Honolulu. It says groceries run about 70% higher than the national average. The median household income for Honolulu is $85,000. Let's see for San Francisco. For a family of 4, you will need $111,000 in household income just to make ends meet. That's so funny. Every time I think about that, just for a family of 4, you have to make 6 figures in San Francisco. And that's, I mean, I guess that's, you can do that with two people in the household, 2 or more incomes. You can do that on the average is what I'm saying. You could do it with 1 person, no kids. 1 person, no kids. 4 people at 111,000 a year with 4 people. That's cutting it. I feel like that's cutting it. But yeah, so that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do that, but it wasn't the right time. So I know a lot of the things that I do, I do intuitively. I do intuitively. A lot of the things that I do, you'd be surprised. I just be like, okay. I just wait like, okay, how do I feel? How does my body feel? How does this feel? My body did not feel right energetically with buying a home. So energetically, it's just been off. So I was like, okay, so we'll try again this year. We'll watch and see. We'll see how it goes. But it's not something that I've been going back and forth because I am a single woman with 2 sons who eventually will go off to college. Hopefully, let's keep our fingers crossed. That's the plan, and those are the conversations. But life always has a different plan. And so I think about where I want to be rooted so that when it's time for them to come home, from college, they have a place to come home, right? So I'm thinking about what I want my space to look like. So I'm just watching all of these videos yesterday and watching these channels with these people showing their apartments and stuff like that and showing their homes and organizing and how to stay organized. I love to watch all that shit. So that's what I've been doing over this past weekend. I watched the Von Dutch documentary. I watched the documentary Persona about the Myers-Briggs type indicator. It's so funny because as I was decluttering at my job when we are doing career development, if you decide you want to be, you want to move forward in your career, you want to step into leadership, they have classes that will prepare you. And one of the classes that you can take one of the modules in the classes that you can take is Myers-Briggs. Over time it changes. That was a very interesting shout out to whoever gave the recommendation for Myers-Briggs for a Persona. It's on HBO Max. It was actually very interesting. And then come to find out she was a racist. She had racist ideologies. And it's like, it's so crazy because it's like, if you live in America, it's so funny how people act shocked to hear somebody was racist, right? Oh my God, they were racist. So basically, the lady in the Myers-Briggs. So, anyways, I'll come back to that. So basically, she wrote a book. She wrote 2 books. one book was very popular. The second book wasn't that popular. Somebody researching found the book, found out that the book was kind of like a horror. And the the scary part of the book was that this family found out they had a drop of Black African American blood in them. So that was the scary. That was the horror. Oh god. And so people are just like, this is crazy. Anyways, so yeah, shocker, the lady was a damn racist, okay? It's not really a shocker, but you know. Um so I was watching these people move into their houses, doing home tours and stuff like that. So then I was going back and forth because I'm like, okay, so do I want to be in a space where I'll have security, right? Do I want to be in a space where, or like in a building that has security or something like that, or in a secured environment, like a secure community. So that's what I've been going back and forth with. Also, something I wanted to do this year was go to the range more. That's something that I wanted to definitely do this year, and I'm in the market for a revolver. So that's something that I'll be sharing with you guys. My journey on that, because I think it's important this year as women, especially Black women, in the state that we're in throughout, I would say globally. I think it's imperative that if you are able uh, to acquire and to obtain a firearm, I think it's one of the best things that you can do. I always say you need to be able to survive in of a zombie apocalypse. That's what I've been saying over the past like 2.5 months. It's like I want to get my entire like my entire self prepared for a quote unquote zombie apocalypse. Like my endurance level. Will I be able to run? Am I fit enough to run from zombies? Or to walk long distances, right? Or not eat for, a few days or something like that. Just overall discipline, I think, is something that I just want to work on a little better. Like just my overall discipline. For a long time, I've had this saying that your self-esteem is directly correlated with the promises that you keep to yourself. And I feel like if you continue to keep the promises to yourself, your esteem will be high because it's like you did what you said you were going to do. You stuck to what you said you were going to do or not going to do. So I think it's something that I continue to practice is keeping the promises to myself. I don't always keep the promises that I make to myself, but that's something that is like it's a continual journey that I have. It's like, okay, remember, keep the promises that you make to yourself. Because I do, like I said, I do feel like it's a direct correlation to your self-esteem. Um, so that's something that I going to continue to work on this year. Um, what else? So some of those are some of the things. It's just being more disciplined, um, and decluttering. Still decluttering. I have one more closet to go. It's a storage closet, but there's not that many things in there. But it's felt really good, cathartic. I've cried. The only reason why I cried was because it's like I used to hold on to things, not hoard things, but I used to hold on to things in a way that were I would keep them almost as if I was going to move again, right? So I wouldn't unbox stuff because I felt like this is a temporary situation. I always had in my mind, okay, this is what your next step is going to be. So what I would do is I wouldn't unpack all of my things. So ironically, there's some unfortunately, ironically, I don't know, there are some boxes that actually were packed before I left for Atlanta, not unpacked in Atlanta at all. And Atlanta, it's so funny. I had a third bedroom where I kept a lot of my boxes. Like I didn't unpack, and I, for some reason, and I was there for 7 years. For some reason, I knew I wasn't going to stay there. I knew I wasn't going to stay there. I um I moved into that house, and the third bedroom was like an office slash storage room because I wouldn't unpack my stuff because I knew I wasn't going to be here. I was like, why are you going to unpack all this stuff? You're going to have to pack it back. So why would you do that? And I've always been like that. It's so crazy. I've always been like that. And I don't know where that is. Maybe I'll talk to my therapist about it. But so there are some boxes that I packed before I moved to Atlanta that didn't get unpacked in Atlanta and have come back to California with me and it's still packed. So those are some of the things that I'm going through. So I'm looking over, like I said, old tax returns, old pictures. I'm also helping my sons get their stuff organized too. They're throwing out stuff, decluttering, things that you don't wear, things you have no emotional attachments with, going through like their action figures and toys and stuff like that. And I'm real funny about that too, like throwing away action figures. I'm like, what kind of action figures did you better not be throwing away? A Black Panther or a Superman or a don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like that. Don't throw away stuff that has value later. But anyway, so that's all I've been doing. Not much. I just been like very, it's been very like freeing, liberating, but I was feeling ungrateful. I was feeling ungrateful because I was like, Erica, you should be at the next level. You should be at the next level. So that's going to require a little bit more discipline from me. So that's something that, I'm going to work on. I've been feeling ungrateful and a little anxious because I want to go to the next step. And that is kind of scary, right? That's kind of scary. There's something else I want to share with you guys, but I'll share it later. But that's kind of scary to do. You feel like, now it's time to level up. You're on a particular board in a game and you feel like you've gone through the board and opened everything you can open. It's time to go to the next level. So, when you go to the next level, you got to fight the big boss, whatever that is. And that could just simply be the big boss of fear that you have to annihilate in order to achieve, right, the next level. So that's what it is. I'm sure a lot of people are going through that. We always do that and contemplate those kind of things at the beginning of the year. At least I do. But they're like a thing, like I got a lot of things done. Um, Things reorganizing, getting rid of old things. Like I threw out a rug yesterday and opened a new rug and just put it out. It's just like it's time. It's like, and it feels, for me, when I tell you, when I throw things away, oh, it feels so good. It is the best feeling ever. I love how it feels. I love when, like, I have some books that I need donating. So when that space, like the area that you have for your donations or whatever, when that space is finally clear, you can literally feel like the box has been lifted off of your back. Like it feels incredible. um but like at the same time, I'm like, girl, I'm looking at like getting all my notebooks together, storing those. That was something that was hard for me to kind of go through because it brought me flashbacks of old journals that I had to throw away because I had men who in my life who used to go through my things. And so I would have to hide some, like I had to throw away some journals. I've had to burn journals because I didn't they didn't feel safe. Like I didn't feel like they were safe, so I got rid of them. And I always remember Oprah telling Gail, if she dies, she needs to burn her journals. And I don't have anybody like that. So I usually do the burning and or destroying and getting rid of them. So I was going through old journals, but it's so cool to go through the journals to see all the work that you've done, especially like when I was going through like studying narcissism and the relationships between narcissists and empaths, when I was doing like doing my own self studying and just going online, watching videos, reading books, ordering books online, and my notebooks from those times are just like, I'm just like, wow, this is amazing. Just reading all of this stuff is like, you really did a lot of work on yourself, Erica. So kind of proud of that, but always feeling like, okay, now it's time to go to the next level. And I think the new year always does that to me. And so that's all I wanted to talk about. So hopefully you guys have a wonderful day. Take care of each other, protect your energy. If you feel like sharing some things that you planned for yourself this year. Oh, I also said I'm gonna go do more hiking, trails. I told you I'm training for the zombie apocalypse. So I want to do like long walks. Not so much distance, but I found some trails. I downloaded this app on my phone to find some trails around here, and it gives the map. You can download the map so you can have it offline. So that's something that I want to do. So yeah, if you guys want to get down in the comments, share some things that you plan on doing this year. How was going into this new year for you? How did you feel? If you care to share that in the comments, any, quote unquote resolutions or things that you want to do new, or things that you're ready to, take the next step on. Sometimes if you type it in the comments, sometimes it, that kind of helps. If you share it with someone, it kind of helps you kind of keep that promise to yourself. So that's, something you want to think about. Anyways, feel free if you want to leave it in the comments. Take care of each other, protect your energy, and we'll get down in the comments. Happy New Year. Peace.